and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota. NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
2nd and 9. Another run with Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Pollard will take it up the gut. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job of reading the block and making the play behind the line of scrimmage. But an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now Jackson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. Jackson now. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't. Third down, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 20-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Monarchs are on the board first here this afternoon. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A 10-play drive that time. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it, decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Mahomes now on first down. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Mahomes now to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it's third down. Now here's Mahomes. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Ridley here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as he'll give to Pollard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's able to get this down the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Touchdown! Wan'Dale Robinson. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. London about set to take over on offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right.
There he goes, right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Jackson. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go play action now. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jackson, options out left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Jackson. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, trying to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Gonna throw right side here, complete. He's to the 15, and touchdown! A big play there, 66 yards, and his guys have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this complete to Mitchell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Mahomes going to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, moving a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Calling a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Now here's Mahomes. This is caught. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Pollard. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. There on the tackle, Cam Smith. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tampa Bay taking on Carolina in the NFC South. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. Geno Smith has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Joe Burrow has thrown a touchdown pass. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. He completes it to Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Pollard going to try the right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Mahomes to throw once more. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. To throw is Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
On second down, here's Jackson. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown.
An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
An option give now to Mitchell.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
And that went off the mark. A little late with the throw.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
A little short pass. This is Everett.
And he will have the Vikings 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Mahomes now to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Now 2nd and 3.
And again, it's Mahomes. And it's complete right back to Ridley. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They'll run forward with Pollard. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Gerald Everett, 26 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
London about set to take over on offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson.
That is caught.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
A give here to Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. Down to about the 45.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown! Lamar Jackson with now 3 week 1 touchdowns.
And the Monarchs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Mahomes now on first down. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Going to run again here with Pollard. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead it's 2nd down. On the draw, it's Pollard. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield. And down to the 43. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
On first down, Mahomes. Slant pass, Pollard brings it in. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Mahomes swinging this out for Pollard. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
It's gotta have it time. 4th and 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
The drive will start with an option going left. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
They'll run again.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 7. 1:38 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Mahomes will throw. Dotson, he's got it.
This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Oh, man, that could wind up being the key play of the ball game right there. Defensively here, you know they've got no timeouts. You've got to keep them away from the sidelines. Here, not only do they get the big yardage, but they get out of bounds as well.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes. Going right back to Dotson.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Mahomes.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time a 6-play drive.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. London about set to take over on offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Jackson.
He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Jackson to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. A critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Now one final throw incomplete, and time will run out here in the fourth quarter, and we are going to overtime. And we have free football. Overtime, here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. London about set to take over on offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it.
Jackson's throw brought in by Watson.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
Shifts past him at the 45.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 53 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Another run with Mitchell.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And 3rd and 1 now.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And no Allen to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead,
and it's intercepted! So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, And now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for London, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the